Chosen ones, don't let your fear of inadequacy stop you from your promise. See, most of the time, chosen ones, we let our inner voice and our emotions, our nervousness, and our fear of not being in certain rooms or receiving certain opportunities or our our reality that we are used to doesn't allow us to have these certain accolades or these certain big opportunities. So we tend to operate out of our comfort zone. And when you operate out of your comfort zone, then that's when you tend to have a fear and nervousness when it comes to you being able to go bigger and go better and achieve more and receive big opportunities, family. See, what I mean by this is don't let your fear of inadequacy stop you from your promise. Is that a lot of the times we have a fear of being successful, and it's a couple reasons why, and I'll say why. One of the reasons is we feel like we don't deserve to be super successful, and that comes from a mindset of lack and of not being self assured or confident in yourself. I'm talking about like extremely internally confident. See, confidence comes from within. And number two, a fear of too much exposure. See, when you become successful at something, when you become the best in your field, it's going to naturally come with a lot of attention. All eyes are going to be on you. You're going to be all over social media. We live in a day and age where social media is you have no choice but to be seen on social media. And a lot of people's fear is being out there too much. And that fear is there because, a lot of people live their lives in private. They don't like a lot of attention on them. They don't do things to make, attention be brought on them. They live very, very private lives. And I'm that way too, chosen ones. I'm very, very private. But I had to learn that my purpose, my promise, is connected to being seen, to being heard. And I had to just be brave enough to step out there and say, you know what? I'm not gonna let my comfort zone and my fears hold me back from getting to wherever it is that I wanted to go. So I had to let that go, and I did. I let it go because it was holding me back, fam. It was holding me back from my promise. It was holding me back from getting to where it is that I wanted to go. And that will happen. And a lot of the times we also have a fear of inadequacy is because if you've been brought up in, harsh environments and you've been through some, you know, even if you haven't been through abuse or if you have, it all still correlates. If you haven't been exposed to the best materials, the best education, the best tools to get you to the next level, you're going to have that fear of inadequacy. And it's because of the harsh environments that you grew up in. See, a lot of the chosen ones, we really grew up in a concrete jungle. So it's like in a concrete jungle, there's little to no resources. Like you have to be creative and really get it out the mud. And you have to be able to use what you have, and what you have is all you got in a concrete jungle. It ain't you're not exposed to too much. And by you not being exposed to too much, once you are put into environments where you are exposed to better health and better health care, better insurance, better education, being able to go on vacation, being able to receive big scholarships and go to big schools and receive big awards and stuff like that. Like before I was exposed to all those things that I just named, only thing I was recognized for when I was in a concrete jungle was sports. And that's a natural occurring thing because sports is a lot of our way out. Some of us make it big in those sports, and some of us make it just far enough to where we can get an education and get out of whatever situation we in and have a good career at whatever it is that we decide to do. But I'm here to tell you, family, don't let your fear of inadequacy stop you from your promise, fam. You have a big, big mission, and it's going to be very, very rewarding. See, you didn't go through all the things in your life for no reason. It brought you to this point, and you are at a crossroads in your life where you had to choose. And I was in a crossroad in my life as well where I had to choose. Do I let my fear take over? Do I let my nervousness take over and stop me from getting to my promise? Or do I buckle up and get ready for this ride on this other side of my fear? And I chose to get over my fear, fam. And how I got over it, by just doing a little bit every day at whatever it is that is going to be attached to your success, whatever is going to help you grow, evolve, and change. I was just consistently doing a little bit at a time. Just a little bit stepping out my comfort zone every time, just a little bit stepping out my comfort zone. And the more I kept stepping out my comfort zone and doing things that was out of my norm and that made me not feel comfortable, is the more I was able to feel brave enough to take those big leaps of faith and step out on my own confidence and my own reassurance and self-assurance that I will be okay and things are going to work out just fine. See, but a lot of times we have that fear because our whole life we've been programmed into a certain way to where when you don't when you don't follow the herd, when you don't go along with societal norms, and you challenge the system, you challenge the societal norms, you go against the grain and you create your own path, then when you create your own path, you have to understand that there is going to be some fear, there is going to be some anxiety, there is going to be some nervousness there. And it's because, like I said, we've been programmed our whole life to do things one way. But when you found your own path, you made your own pathway to success, and you realize that not everybody has the same path to success. Not everybody has the same lane. We are not in the same lane. We all got our own lanes. And you seen everybody in your family be successful in their own way, or you seen friends or acquaintances or people you went to school with, you seen them become successful in their own way, and you say, okay, cool. That gives me the courage, that gives me the strength to be able to go out there and walk my own path and continue to walk it till I get to where I'm going. Even when I get to where I'm going, I still have to keep going. So once you realize that, chose ones, and once you started to see the people around you take their own paths and take their own routes, and people who you may, look up to on, wherever you get your inspiration from, that inspiration helped you to get out there and walk your path and build momentum and keep on taking steps forward so that you can get to where you need to be. And I'm proud of you, family. You are enough. You are special. You are called. You are here for a reason. Your purpose is big. And don't be afraid to get out there and get to your purpose and your promise, family.